Hello everyone. In this course on data analysis for biologists, we will use R to perform data analysis. So, in this video, I will introduce you to R, how to install it and how to start working with that. You must be knowing R is a free open source language and environment for performing statistical computing. It is developed and maintained by a R core group and a R foundation, and at the same time hundreds and thousands of people like you and me contribute to its development by creating new packages and tools for R. It is part of GNU project and it is freely available for you to download and start using. It is not like other tools like Excel or Sigma plot or SPSS, those type of software where you have symbols, so you click and then you do some work. So, it is not GUI based, it is a command line based environment and language. So, that is why it has a slightly difficult learning curve. Following this video, you will be able to learn to use R, the basic those, and will be able to use R for your data analysis works. So, let us start with first R. You have to download R. To download R, you should visit this R website. The link is given here, that is r-project.org. Go there. In that page, you have lots of information about R, and you go to the download page, click on the download R text, and that will take you to some sort of mirror sites. So, R has multiple mirror site and you can download them from any of the mirror site. Maybe you can choose a mirror site in India, but if you are confused about that, you can choose the first one, that is the Zero Cloud, and it will automatically redirect you to the nearest mirror and the best mirror for you. So, if you once you go there, then you have multiple options. Now, remember R is compatible with almost all the operating system, Linux, Mac and Windows. So, most of us use Windows here. So, you have to click on this download R for Windows. So, that will take you to the Windows page for download, and there are multiple options. So, choose for most of us to start working with this base package is good enough. So, please select click that, and then it will download the file. You save that file somewhere, and then rest of the part is self explanatory. You have to double click and run that file, and it will get installed. So, once you have got installed, you have to understand that what you have installed is just the base R, right, the default R. It can do lots of things. R in itself is a very powerful and versatile language and environment. So, when you download the base package, it itself comes with lots of strength. But apart from that, hundreds of people over the years has developed different packages, different programs, right, which are ready-made available for you to use for particular type of work, right. So, all of those may not come when you install the base thing, the default R. You have to install them as you require to use, right. So, it makes sense, because suppose I do not analyze the financial data, then why should I load my computer by installing the packages and software related R tools related to financial data analysis, right. So, these packages are kept separate. If you go to the R web page and click on the task view, you will get a consolidated list of different packages based upon their utility, right. For example, you can show here, it has been seen here that cluster, if you click on cluster, it will take you to the packages where packages for cluster analysis and finite mixture models are there. So, suppose you want to perform cluster analysis and we have discussed that we need a particular package for that, you can go and download that. And I will show how to download and install a R package on your basic R. I will go into that. Now, along this course, we will have lectures by which I will show you, demonstrate you how to use R to perform certain data analysis that we are learning in this course, right. I believe following those lectures and videos, you will be able to perform those operations, those work. But apart from there are lots of web resources available on how to use R. There are books on how to use R for data analysis. There are books on how to use R specifically for biologists also. If you wish, you can consult them. Apart from that, if you look into the R web page, there itself has a very organized manuals there, right. So, I have given you the link here. You can go there and you can download or look into the web page where you have the manuals for R. You can dig into them, and what you can do, what I am teaching here in this course through these videos on R, you can complement that with the manual present in the web page, R web page. So, this is all about R. But what I will always suggest and insist in this course, that apart from installing R, please move ahead and also install something called R Studio. What is R Studio? R Studio is an integrated development environment. In short, it is called IDE for R. It is initially envisioned as a IDE for making trunky projects in R, but for you and me who do day-to-day data analysis from our lab data, this R Studio is very useful, because it provides all the R elements, all the R tools in one place, right. And I will show you, I will demonstrate you that how it becomes very useful. So, what I will suggest you, that after you have installed R the way I have discussed till now, please also install R Studio. And when you will do the data analysis along with me, you please use R Studio. After every video, I will also provide you the script or the code for the data analysis that we are performing in this course. You can use those code ready made. You can do that using the default R that you have installed, and also you can use that in R Studio. So, it is better to work in R Studio. So, how will you install it? R Studio is a IDE and it has different versions. One version is for desktop, that is for you and me. There is also server version. You can download the free desktop version free. You go to this download option in the R Studio web page, and they will take you to download page, and there if you scroll down, you will find that the desktop version, there is a free version for the desktop version. You download and install it. Installation is easy and self-explanatory. I will not go into those details. Now, if I assume that you have followed this instruction, downloaded R, installed R, and then have installed R Studio, let us move into R first and show you the basic aspects of R, how to use it, and then R Studio, the basic things of R Studio. Remember, we will have separate video on detail of different functions, different tools present in R. We will go one by one, not in one single video. So, I will first go to R. I have already installed R in my machine. So, when you open R after successful installation, you get something like this type of thing, and in that you have some toolbars and the menus on top, and you have a windows here which is called R console. In R console, you have this greater than sign, right, this red color greater than sign which I am selecting now. This is called the command prompt. Beside this command prompt, I have to type the command. Remember, R is a command tool, right. So, it is a command line tool. So, I have to write the command there and ask R to execute it. So, all the commands I will give in this command prompt. For example, the first command that I will write here, I will actually press my cursor there and I will press Ctrl L, because I want to clean this. Lots of informations are there about the R version and all this thing. I want to clean it so that I can start working on that. So, I will press Ctrl and L simultaneously, it will get cleaned. Now, in the command prompt, I want to write my first command. So, suppose take a simple example, I want to get the square root of 16. So, what I will write, SQRT, then this round bracket, and then within the round bracket I will write 16, and then it come out, and then I will press enter. See, it has calculated 4. So, this SQRT round bracket and 16 in it is the command that I have written beside the command prompt, and then I have pressed enter. So, R has received that command and sent the output 4. There are lots of commands, right. We cannot learn all of them in one go. We will learn step by step, we will learn which will be useful for our work, right. And in each video on different aspect of data analysis, we will teach those. Now, suppose I want to do something like this, I want to say okay, I want to make a new variable, say a equal to, I want to assign a value 3, that means I am saying a equal to 3 the way we do in algebra. I can then I have written a equal to 3 and then press enter. Now, if I write a just beside the command prompt and press enter, it will print the value of a, right. Now, suppose I say x equal to y, that means I am saying x, I am assigning the value of x to y, right. So, if I press it, say it is an error, object y not found. If you have some experience in computer programming, you must be recognizing why R is giving error here, because remember the computer program does not understand anything except numerical thing, right. So, when I said a equal to 3, it has understood that I have to store the value of a 3 to a, and every time you call a, you will actually get 3, right, the number you will get. But in the next step, what I have done, I have written x equal to y. I have said y is assigned to x, y is also symbol, x is also symbol. So, R could not understand, it does not have a numerical value to be assigned to x, so it is giving error. So, that is typical of any programming language that we use. So, here also those are valid and you have to keep in mind. Now, this is where we write the commands. Now, you can easily understand, suppose you are doing a large data analysis where you will have a data set which you will clean first load, then clean the data set, and then you will perform suppose regression analysis, right. So, lots of command has to be given to R. Will you do, okay, for one time, if you are doing it for the first time, you can type it one by one, and while doing it you may do some mistake, right, in typing, or you may use a wrong tool or wrong function, right. So, you have to correct them, and then once you are done, you are happy, then you may get the result. But if you want to reuse the same script, same code, same commands in future, what will you do? So, that is where the role of scripts come. Scripts are nothing but programs, codes, right. So, what you do, you write a file where all the commands for a particular job, particular work are written one by one, right, and then you save it as a separate file, we call it R script in this case. Now, when you want to perform a similar analysis, you will load that script and execute it, right. So, I will write a R script and I will show how to do that, right. For example, to do that, what I will do, I will go to new script. Now, before I go to new script, one good practice is that I will set the directory where I want to work and save file and read file from. So, I will go to change directory and I will select C and this DAB as my folder or directory. So, now everything I save, I will get saved there, I can read from that folder, all this. So, now I will click on this new script and a new window will come. Now, notice it is written as R editor, it is not a console. So, here I can write a script. Script is nothing but a set of R commands. So, the first thing I want is that I want to say x, the arrow, back arrow is called assignment symbol. We will discuss that in a separate video. You have not to bother about this for the time being. Then I am writing sequence. I want to create a sequence of number from 1 to 10 with an interval of 1, and I am storing that to x. This is my first command, and it is a good practice when you are writing a script or a program, you add comments. Comments are for human being, you and me, so that we can later on understand which command of a particular script, which part of a particular script is doing what type of job. To write a command in R, what I have to do? I have to use the hash symbol, then R will understand that it is not a command for it is a command for you and me, right, it is a comment for you and me. So, what I will write here, store a sequence of number in x, fine. So, I have written that. So, I will create that, fine. So, now let us check how it will work. So, what I can do, I can put my cursor just beside this line, that statement, or I can select it whatever you want, and then you go to these toolbars. Now, you can see the toolbars has changed and you have this option called run line or selection. So, I am on this line and I am clicking on run button. So, if I run, if you look into the console, that command has been executed in the console, right. So, now let me go to the console for a moment and write X there and press enter, so that I can see what the previous command has done. You see what it has done? It has created a sequence of numbers starting from 1 to 10 with a increase in 1. Now, I will go back to the editor, script editor, and I will write y. I am assigning a value to y, a new variable, and I want that to x square. That means, I am saying y equal to x square. So, let me make a comment, get y. This is the step where I am getting the y, and now I want to plot the data. So, I write a comment for you and me, plot x versus y data, and to achieve that I write a command plot x comma y. Fine. Before I execute this script, let me save it. So, I click on save option. It by default takes me to this DAV folder, which is my current working directory, and let me name it as test bb. So, it will be saved as testbb.r. So, now what I can do, I want to run this whole script, right. So, what I will do, I can press Ctrl A to select all, right, or I can use my cursor to select all, whatever I want. So, I can also go by each line and press the run button to run each of them, but rather than doing that, what I am doing, I am selecting all of them now and then pressing run. So, now you can see what has happened. First line executed, here x is created, next line y is created, and the last line data is plotted, and you can see the plot here. A new plot window has opened where I have x versus y plot, and it is a quadratic one because I have said y equal to x square. So, this is how actually you can work. Now, what I can do, I can close these, the script also, and suppose I am working after 3 days and I want to create the same plot. So, what I can go do, I can go to open file, open this R script, and the script is again here. Again I can place my cursor beside one line and press enter to execute that line, or Ctrl A, select all and run. So, the whole script will be run. So, this is the way you write a long script with lots of commands to perform a particular type of data analysis. Keep that saved in your folder, and whenever you require, you execute it. And whenever you have to create a different modification of that, you can simply modify that script and save it with a different name, and you have a set of codes now, set of scripts with you now, which you can use for different purposes. So, once I have this, one important thing that left still now is that what we have discussed, I have shown R console, how you write a script, how you open, write a script and execute it and save it, all these things. But if you remember, I said that when you install R, you are installing the base package. Beyond that, there are lots of packages created by volunteers like you and me, and which are curated, and you can actually use them for specific purposes, right. So, to do that, you have to go to package. Suppose in our course, we will in between we will say that you have to install this package to perform this particular analysis. So, then you have to install it separately. To do that, what you have to go to packages, and then you click on this install packages option. These are very easy, and then it will again take you to the mirror sites, right, and I may select, for example, I may select the India mirror and then OK. Then what will happen? It will give you a list of different packages available in that site. So, I can simply click one of them that I need. You have to know which one you need, and then press OK, and automatically it will get installed. For depending upon the packages, it may take some time, wait for that to get completely installed. So, now let me take you through RStudio. Remember, RStudio is working on R. So, you should have a default R installed first and then you should install RStudio, and it is a IDE. So, it provides lots of things at one place. So, if when you start RStudio, you get something like this with lots of panes, right. So, these are multiple panes are here, 1, 2, 3, 4 panes are there, and in the top pane here, this is where you write script. For example, I write sqrt 16, right. So, this is where you write a script, something like that, right. The lower pane here is the R console that we have seen in RStudio. So, let me place the cursor there on the command prompt for R console and place Ctrl L to clean it. Okay. So, now I can write here, for example, 2 plus 3 or 3. So, it should give me 5, just like the console it works, right. And where in the script here, what you have to do, just like you have written script in R, I can type anything. For example, I can write a command sqrt. So, to execute this particular line of the script, what you have to do, you have to put your cursor there and you have a run button, you can see, you can press that. So, it will get executed. Now, let me open that ready-made script that we just now wrote for testing the R, right. So, what I will do, first I will go to session, set my working directory, the similar thing we did for R also. So, I will choose the directory and here I will choose my directory, working directory. So, now I am in my working directory, right, and I can actually go open file and go to that test bb script and open. Now, you can see it has come here. So, the script is now with me, I can edit, I can run it. So, if I place cursor here and then press run, the first line for x will get executed, it has got executed, right. And immediately you see in this right hand side pane, this right hand side pane has two tabs, one is environment, another one is history. So, in environment, all the variables that we are created while working currently are actually shown here. For example, you can see it is saying x is a sequence of number, right. So, it is saying x value, x is a variable, its value, there are 10 values 1 to 10 and those values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. Let me execute the second line. So, the second line I will execute a bit different way, rather than pressing this run, what I will do, I will press Alt Enter simultaneously. So, then the second line will get executed. So, y value is created, y equal to x square. In the environment pane, you can see that though it is showing that okay, y is a set of numbers starting with 1 to 1, 4, 9 sequentially like this, and there are 10 numbers. What is the history tab? History tab shows all the commands that I have sequentially used. Now, all these panes you can and the tabs you can actually adjust. To do that, what you have to do, you have to go to view and from pane you can go to the pane layout and then you can adjust where you want a particular tab, in which pane you have to remove, and all these things. Do it as per your requirement. For example, I want to have a file pane, file tab in my lower right hand side pane. So, I will click file here and press apply. Okay. So, now all the files in my current working directory are here. That becomes much easier to work. Okay. So, let me go back to my script. I have this script here, which is supposed to generate a value of x and then the value of y and then plot them. And just like in R, to execute this whole script, what I will do, I will press Ctrl A or select all and then I can press run or I can press Alt Enter and the whole script will be implemented. X and y value is created and the plot is created here in the plot tab on the right hand side pane, lower pane, right. The plot tab is now active. You can increase the size of the tab, you can see XY plot, you may not be happy with the size of the plot. So, then you can click on zoom, you can see the plot, right. So, this is the way you can actually load a particular script, write a script here in RStudio and then run it, and you can see the data in different segments. For example, the plot will be in the plot tabs, whereas the numerical values you can see here in the environment and all these things. Now, let me look into this environment thing where the variable values are shown, right. So, what I will do, I have a if you go to the file, I have a file called ELISA.csv, right. It has some ELISA data. We will use that file later on in a lecture. So, let me write in a command in my console to read that data. So, I will say data read.csv ELISA.csv file, and let me execute it by pressing enter. So, the data has been read from my CSV file, that ELISA.csv file, and here it is updated in the environment tab. You can see here, right, on the upper right hand pane. So, if I click on this data variable, you can see here the whole data is shown as it is as a table format in my CSV file. So, that becomes very handy. You do not have this feature in R, right. In R you have command by which you can look into the data file, but that is clumsy. Whereas here you can easily, you can imagine if you have a large file, the whole file you will open up just like any other spreadsheet here in RStudio itself. Now, you can understand, okay, I have certain one column data for concentration, then I have 4 columns for absorbance, all these things, and it becomes much easier to work with. So, I have discussed about the script tab or pane. I have discussed the console in RStudio, environment, history, we have seen the plot, we have seen the file. Then let me come to packages section. This packages tab right now shows all the packages which are now installed in your machine. By packages I mean R packages. Now, you have to remember, when you have some packages installed in R, that does not mean when you open R or RStudio automatically all those R packages will be integrated with your work environment at that moment. No. To avoid overloading your system, what R does is that, okay, even after installing the package, it automatically does not get loaded when you start R or RStudio. Rather, when you require, you have to call it. Right. So, there is a particular way to do that by a command. I will go to that separately in one lecture, but the easiest way to do that here is that, suppose right now I need a particular package, suppose I need this curl package, right. So, what I will do, I will click on this curl. So, automatically this curl package will get loaded in my working environment right now, right, and I will be able to use that package. Right. So, this is how it becomes very easy to understand which packages I have right now and to load that in your current working area. Now, suppose a package is not installed, you have to install that, right. To go do that, what you have to do, you go to tool, install packages, and it is very easy. You can select the repository, right. I can say cran, and then I can type suppose I want a particular for example, I can ggplot2. Okay, so this is ggplot2. I select and then I press install. Automatically, the files will be downloaded from the mirror and it will get installed. It is easy. One thing very useful in RStudio is that this help section. In normal R, what will happen is that if you want to know about a particular function, you have to use a particular command to get the help file for that. How you get that in R? Let me write in here in R console itself. You have to first write the question mark, and then suppose you want to know about sqrt, right. So, you have to write sqrt, right. So, if you press that in R, a new window will open up, right, a new page will open up where you will find the details about this function. Whereas, in this case in RStudio, if I execute this by pressing enter here, you can see this help file is now here in this tab, help tab. So, what is written? It is written, it is a page about abs, which is give the absolute value and the square root, and it is telling okay what it does and how it does and how to use it. So, these help options help information is very useful, and you may have to use it when you want to know more about a particular function and the arguments and the inputs for that particular function. The last tab that I want to discuss here for RStudio is the viewer tab, where many a time there are some packages which will create images and all these things by creating a local web file, and that will be visible in this viewer tab. So, as I said, there are many tabs and many options available. You can play with these different menus and tools here and use them as when required. That is all for this lecture. Thank you for learning with me today. See you in the next lecture.